You tell us.
Let's go. Home. Let's go. What you got, Justin?
What's the key for you in this series?
Taking care of the basketball, getting back in transition.
When it comes to Russell Westbrook, what have you seen from how the Nuggets have used him throughout the year that maybe differs from how you used him?
I haven't really paid that much attention. I know when we played him, he's running pick and rolls, being aggressive, pushing the pace. But I haven't really seen how they've really been using it.
What were you guys able to do at practice today? What did you guys do?
One of some offensive stuff. Then defensively, we did some stuff live, just trying to, simulate, how Denver's going to play and how we need to guard and defend it. And then that's about it.
Everyone was able to go through that?
It was live, yeah. Everyone went through it.
What's the legal status today?
He practiced again today, and so looks good. So we'll see going forward.
And everybody else is clear and healthy?
Yes, sir.
And you're good too?
Yes, sir.
Back
Do you-
is fine?
I'm good.
Leg is fine?
We're missing for the world.
Brain is fine too?
I'm good.
Do you envision? I know you guys are flying up today. You got to practice tomorrow. Like, do you envision getting a conditioning type workout and trying to get the wind going up in that altitude?
No, it'll probably be an easy day tomorrow. Just kind of cleaning up some things that we saw in practice today that we got to get better at defensively, and just go with some offensive stuff. And but I don't think we do too much running up and down. Might sneak a little 10 in, but I don't know if they go there or not.
How did you sneak that in?
I snuck it in today. Yeah. They didn't like it, but just trying to keep ourselves going. Like we had a good rhythm, and now you get a week off, so just trying to keep as much shape as we can, going into this game on Saturday.
How much easier is it for you guys to get acclimated to the altitude and the pace and stuff up there when you're there for a couple days, as opposed to you got to fly in and play, like, for instance, like a second night of a back-to-back? Like, you're able to actually get acclimated. Does it help?
I would hope so. I hope so. I would hope so. Just we know it's going to be a factor, but after the first 5-6 minutes, we should be good. And so, like you said, being there for a few days and having that one game on our belt, playing the second game, getting better and better. So we should see.
With a guy like Bogey and the familiarity that he has with a guy like Jokic, is there anything you can, like, any discussions you have or anything like that about
we have
things?
some discussions.
Yeah, things he likes to do.
Yeah, we had some discussions. Can't share them right here, but
You can't remember, huh?
The good
I can't
discussions?
remember. Yeah, it was good
Anything
discussions.
from the Olympics that can help you with this? You guys did beat him after getting down 300. Still probably decided to show up and play in the Olympic Games. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't look at that game to try to play the Denver Nuggets, but we'll see.
You guys were
Is there,
so
go ahead.
you guys were so strategic and methodical as an organization bringing Kawhi back months ago now. He's talked a little bit about how proud he is to have arrived at this point as healthy as he is currently, just sort of on like a person-to-person basis. What do you make of the journey that you guys sort of set him on, or you guys went on together, arriving at this point exactly how you wanted it to?
Yeah, well, like I said yesterday, just happy for him,
Yeah.
to put all the work he's put in to get to this point, and, like I said, go into the playoffs healthy. That's what he's been wanting. So we're very happy about that. And you see, when he plays at a high level, we're a different team. And so, having him back, like I said, all the preparation he did to get to this point, in the weight room with the medical staff, and get here, like I said, I'm happy for him.
Is there a level of appreciation, like newfound appreciation that you've gotten this week, just getting a chance to do this again, prepare for a playoff series? Like, not just from what you've been through this season, but this is your 5th year here. Like, how have you kind of like felt just as far as like being in what you've called your happy place yet again?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, with all the stuff we had going on this season, Norm missing 15, 16, 17 games, Kawhi being out almost 50 games, and to be able to hold it down and get to this point where we're the 5th seed, it says a lot about our team, about our character. So I'm happy for these guys, like, to put in the work every single day. Even when you had aches and pains like James and Zoo had, and still played through them to get here, it means a lot. And so it's big for our fans, it's big for our organization, like I said, big for our players. And so going to the playoffs, it always means something because you got a chance to win the championship.
I know you're not a guy who coaches makes and misses, but like when you have a guy like Nikola who can pick you apart, pretty often, like how do you gauge the, rotation and stuff like that, and making sure you're not leaving a guy out there too long if he's getting picked on or stuff like that?
Yeah, like you said, just reading the game, whatever the game calls for, and he's a tough cover. He puts you in a lot of tough situations. defensively. And, like I said, he can pick and pop three, comes off screens, comes off aways, pin downs. He posts up, so he's involved setting screens in pick and rolls. He's receiving pick and rolls, and so he just puts you in a lot of tough positions. And so we just got to stay the course. We know he's going to make some tough shots. We know he's going to do some amazing things, but we just got to make sure if our coverages are right and we're doing it the right way, we got to have the resolve to stick with it and stay with the game plan.
James was talking the other day about how everybody's going to know what each other are doing over the course of the series. It's going to come down to how you create your advantages and everything like that. Like, how much more do you put into saying we need this play, we need that play, we need that scheme? Like, how much of it is installing a whole bunch of new stuff versus just play better?
Yeah, just play good. I don't think you have to install a lot of new stuff. I mean, some stuff you can do differently, tweak a few things here and there, but you don't want to come in with a whole new game plan when you've been playing so well, And so until the first game, you don't know how they're going to try to attack us. They don't know how we're going to try to attack them, and then you got to see from there.
Thank you, Tom.
That's very uncomfortable.
Thank you.
So we were talking over the weekend about just getting back to the playoffs, getting a chance for you to contribute for really the first time. But this week of practice, what have you kind of learned to appreciate about how you got to this point?
Just the growth over the years, the ups and downs, the injuries I battled through, the different organizations I've been in, and I'm starting to gain momentum, and I think I'm in a good spot this week.
What's the key for you guys in this series?
Really, just be us, play our best. I think once we do the things that we control and we do it at the best of our ability, we have a good chance to win.
What makes this team so special, chemistry-wise?
I think everybody knows their role. I think everybody understands what they need to bring to the table. There's no confusion. And, we just go out there and play for each other, play hard. The coaching staff has a good game plan for us, and we try to go out there and execute.
Have you been on a team that everybody likes each other?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, for sure. Even though that last year group in Utah, they were young, but it was a fun group. Everybody, liked going out there and playing for each other.
What allowed you guys to buy the defense from the very beginning and to maintain that all season long?
Sorry, can you say it again?
What allowed you guys to buy into the defensive philosophy and then maintain it for all 82 games?
Everybody's just buying in, honestly. We emphasize from training camp to now to, try to be one of the better defensive teams out there. And we put the work in each and every day. We dial into the film. We listen to the game plan, and we got good defenders on this team. I know.
Challenging it is to deal with Jokic and Murray and that pick and roll. And
Yeah.
back and forth.
I mean, they've been doing it for years. It's definitely going to be tough. We understand it's not going to be easy, but if we go out there and do what we do, I think we got a good chance.
I know that he's not necessarily your matchup, but as someone who watches a lot of film, learns tendencies, where do you begin to address a guy like Jokic defensively?
It's going to be tough. I think Zoo can tell you better than I can. But I think try to be physical with him. It's going to take, everybody, honestly. It's not just a one-on-one matchup type of thing because how well he passes. As a group, we have to lock in. We all have to be on the same page. And I think if we do that, I think we'll have a good chance.
Well, regarding Jamal, I know he's a guy he's made a lot of big shots in his career, but he's a guy who may struggle through a game and then have a big shot at the end there. How important is a full 48-minute effort, or as close to that as possible, in these series and guys who are veteran, savvy kind of guys?
Yeah, I think any series. I mean, we have guys that could do that, and they have guys that could do that, and there's guys like that in the league. The league, they're just a bunch of good players, and they're going to keep firing their ball. And, Jamal Murray has done that. He made big shots in his career, and credit to him.
Have the coaches shared any points of emphasis from an officiating standpoint going into the series? I ask you because you're going to have to defend. It's going to be key for you to stay out of foul trouble and things like that. Like, how's that been as far as preparing?
No, we don't talk about it, honestly. We just go out there and just be us and adapt to the situation. Thank you. Appreciate
So, Bogey, what if we saw you guys at a film day the first day, you guys scrimmage yesterday. What was today all about for you guys, and what has this week of practice just been like for you guys?
I mean, same since I got here. Just locking on our stuff. Keep working, keep getting better, working on our stuff and focus on our game.
You've known Nicole for ability to play with him in high competition. I think this is the first time playing against him in the playoff setting. It's like preparing to play someone that you've been that close with in basketball.
I mean, it's just basketball at the end of the day. It's team sport, and I'm sure they're not knowing him. I know he wants to play team style basketball, and I know it makes it difficult to guard and everything, but I think it's going to be a team basketball at the end of the day. He wants it more. So, I mean, we are everybody. I'm sure there's a lot of guys that know each other from teams to teams, and they're friends, buddies, whatever. But when it's time to play basketball and it is 48 on the clock, we all zone in and we all trying to win, no matter relationships or whatever. After the game, we can talk, but in the game, everybody's trying to win. Nobody is trying to let nobody win.
So when it's national team stuff and you got single elimination games, and you've been in that locker room, Nicole, for that, what can you tell us about how he is in those moments compared to regular season NBA games per se?
I honestly think he approached every single game. He attacked every single game the same way. For him, there is no difference of moment, the season or anything. For sure, there is that extra motivation how the competition is coming to the end. But I think his biggest quality is preparing the same way for every single game.
Do you feel like you have a leg up on knowing some of what he does? Like, obviously, there's scouts here, JVG, good defensive team, but like, are there conversations about like, hey, I know he likes to do this or not likes to do that? Like, are there conversations about certain things that he might like to do and how you can kind of scout against that?
We are not trying to focus on that. As I said, they're a good team. Yeah, he makes him play better, but he needs the rest of the teammates as well. So, yeah, we talk about it obviously, but knowing game of basketball, it's 5-5 in the end of the day, and we will have to all lock in. It's going to be a 48 minutes game, big fight, so we cannot focus on one stuff. And some players like that they're great like that. There is no like tricks to stop them. You got to use multiple efforts, and I mean we know each other for a while, right? Like not just me. We've been playing against these guys many games, so. How they have him as unstoppable and other players could be unstoppable too. We have the guys that could be unstoppable too.
What's the key for you guys in this series?
Mentally lock in since game one. No waste of possessions, and lock in our game and what we are trying to do.
All good?
Thank you.
Oh, wait, do you have more?
No, we're good.
That's okay, go on.
Well, I was going to say, we've seen, the amount of guys on this team who can get their own buckets, get their own baskets in isolation especially. Norm was talking yesterday about, isolation isn't about just you getting a bucket. It's about creating rotations, mismatches, finding other guys. What do you think the efficient level of offense that you guys have in isolation can kind of bring into a series like this?
I think just reading the game and being for your guys in the right spot, in the right position, in the right time, using advantage when you gain advantage, use it and keep it. Simple as that.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.